Jaguars defense is very, very talented. They're young, they're fast, they're explosive. Of course, you got people like Jack that's a ball hawk into the ball. They shirt up on their corners and safeties. So all around the defense, they're going to be a physical, athletic defense, and we're going to have to go at them all game. It's going to be one of those games where you're going to have to be tough. It's going to be a tough hitting game.
Tim Kelly talked to us today a little bit about you can go in with the plan with running backs, but it usually turns into who has the hot hand in it. How do you approach that in the game, and where you kind of approach that one?
Yeah, I mean, you got to take advantage of the reps that are given to you at the time, and like you said, when you get hot, you want to make sure that that person's in so that they can continue to get hot until they kind of get cool a little bit. Then you hope for the next one too. So. That's anywhere you go. You want when somebody's hot, you want to keep them going. So that's definitely that's what you want to do.
When you think about the first game for any football team, which as a running game, you have to establish that you are hard-nosed mentality. I think people respect the running game.
Yeah, I mean any team that can establish the run early, often. Usually is going to have a good game, throughout the whole entire game because it just sets the tone. You control the clock, and you pretty much can do what you want to do when you can run the ball, And so that's the toughest thing though is establishing the run. Every play you can get, every chance you get. So the goal is to go out there and establish it with a mindset of physicality. You can do that nonstop. After a while you'll get some big ones.
You said one of the things that you wanted to work on in training camp was catching out of the backfield. Did you improve on that in training?
Yeah, I think that I was able to improve on it with the best ability, for me, and the opportunities given to me. I think I've done a good job with that. So, now it's about taking it out there, and when I get the opportunity to catch the ball, catching the ball, making explosive plays, it's just other ways to get in the open field. And I think that's it's going to serve me well if I can get in the open field and get some explosive plays.
Have you ever been on a team that's carried 5 running backs on its roster?
I've been on a team that's carried 4. I think four for sure. Usually you do 3 running backs and a fullback, but nowadays people don't carry fullbacks like that. You definitely running backs are, it's one of those things where you need more running backs. 1, for special teams. 2, the game nowadays, they're just so big, man. And it's just one play, and, you're out, And you guys are probably seeing that around the league right now when we haven't even started yet. So it's very important. The running back position, even though it's downplayed, it's a very important part. And you need a lot of them because of the long season. 17 games, this is the first time us ever having to do that. So, it's about the depth.
Anything you do to take care of your body now you didn't do when you were a rookie?
Taking care of, that's just putting the time in. Taking care of your body, it's a full-time job. And the thing is, you can't just do it one time out of the week or 1 week. You have to be consistent with it because you're trying to take care of your body. And the things you're doing now is supposed to lead up to 2 or 3 weeks from now. That's how I think about it. Is I'm doing things for later on, so that when you get to week 10, week 11, you're feeling good and you're not feeling like, dang, I'm ready to be done. So it's all about the type of hits you make, and that's why you have so much depth. For us, we have a lot of talented running backs where you want to be able to keep everybody fresh and keep everybody healthy for 17 games. This is probably the way to go.
Well, you mentioned as a team during early and the respect or disrespect factor that you guys have felt. Reflect a little more on kind of now, that you're about to start the season, kind of what you hope to improve and maybe how you feel like the team perceived versus how you see the reality of the team.
I mean, we want to go out there and we want to win. We want to go 1-0, and that's all that matters. Now everybody has done their talking, their predictions, which is all cute and all, and I guess that keeps everybody going for the off season. But the good thing about football and this sport is you got to go out there and showcase it. And the fact is why do we play the game if we're going to listen to what people say? You play the game to win. You play the game because you don't know the outcome. You write your story. And that's what we have to do. And, we have a lot of veterans, a lot of players that play a lot of football. And I think that, we've done our job. Now it's time for, the coaching staff to do their job throughout this week and get us in the right situations, and we need to do our job for them, and we need to execute those situations. And that's how it goes. It's a two-way street.
Along those lines, how do you guys as players kind of process when the team maybe makes a move like trading Roby just for a pick, giving you kind of one of your better?
That for us, that's not our business. Our business is to play football. That's what they pay us to do. So like for us, we all know each other, but we also know the business of this game. And and that's just how it goes.
On a personal note, you were undrafted, but you were very productive when you were in Denver. Do you still carry that same chip on your shoulder? As this season's about to start, you still have that same chip on your shoulder, or that mindset of being an undrafted rookie trying to make the team?
I mean, I will always have that chip on my shoulder because that's the type of person I am. That being said, there's always some people are always going to say something, just because you were undrafted. So for me, it's like that's what drives me every day is knowing, that, I had to come from the mud pretty much to be able to have the success I did and want to continue the success that I've had. So for me, it's just about playing my game, and I know for me it's about making plays, being explosive. So that's what I'm going out there. My mindset is being explosive. All right, y'all. Y'all take care.
I think he's a special kid. I think he has a tremendous arm talent. I think he has some ability. I think he's still a rookie. You know what I mean? So rookies are going to do rookie things as far as, wanting to see receivers open and things like that. But he is the #1 overall draft pick, and we're going to give him credit and the respect he deserves because of that. Talented kid. Like I said, it's his first game under the lights when the games count. So we'll see how he does.
What did you think when you heard that the Texans were trading Bradley?
Yeah, honestly, it caught me off guard. But no, that's kind of not my job to even think about. My job is to think about what we're going to do this week. He wasn't really even playing in this game to begin with, so it doesn't change our scheme per se on what we're planning on going forward. But we got who we got. The next guys up are fully capable, and they're going to step up, and we're going to ride with them.
Has that been the message in the meetings overall? And has that been the message? Just focus on this week, focus on this
Yeah,
week?
that's the mentality. You know what I mean? I mean, we can only control what we can control, right? And the defense isn't built on one person. I mean, I could be down this week. I can roll my ankle tomorrow, knock on wood. Hope that doesn't happen. But the mentality is that the next player always has to be up and ready to play. And we have a lot of depth. So those guys are going to have opportunities, and I'm excited for them to have those opportunities and take advantage of them.
What have you seen from the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers? They're pretty explosive.
Yeah, I think that's the strong suit on their team at this point is their wide receivers. I mean, they got Marvin Jones, they got DJ Chark. They got his name is kind of hard to pronounce, Levisky. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they have some talented guys that's over there. I think that their scheme is going to be suited to Trevor Lawrence more than anything to make sure that he's comfortable with getting the ball out and around. But their receivers are their strong suit.
Justin, it's clear y'all want to win and be competitive, and it's been clear through Casario that there's going to be moves to better the franchises moving forward. How do you marry the two personally through that as you try and approach each week?
Yeah. So when I was in college, right, I had a coach, Shannon Turley, and we had a saying that we always live by. I still live by it today, hand over hand. And what that translates to is you can only control the task that's happening right now. You can't control what happens a week from now. You can't control 2 weeks from now. You can only take pride in and attack the moment that you're in right now. So that's always been my mentality for really kind of every phase of my life is what's happening right now is Jacksonville. They're going to make their moves. That's his job, is to make moves for the team, for the future, for the franchise in general. My job and our job as players and coaches is to use the tools that we have at our disposal to go out and win a football game on Sunday. And that's what the focus is. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter anything else that happened. Everything else is a distraction. So it's up to us to be professionals and see things that way and attack the game and figure out a way how to win it.
When you talk about next man up, does that mean you're prepared to kick on Sunday?
If I'm asked to, yeah, I am fully prepared to kick if I'm asked to do that.
Justin, when you think about the possibility of that even happening now that you've done it in the game, how much confidence do you have if they did need you to help Joey slide or step in for him?
Yeah, Joey's a tremendous kicker, first and foremost. But with that being said, I've been asking to do this for 4 years, bro. I'm extremely confident in what I know how to and what I can't do. So if that, gives their special teams coach a little more things to think about while he's trying to go to sleep at night, then I'm happy to add that to his plate to think about.
What's your field goal range?
I'm good from 50. I'm not joking. I really am.
Did you watch
Yeah.
Clemson's tape as well as the Jaguars preseason?
Not directly. I've watched more Trevor Lawrence in his preseason games, and I focused more on the offensive coordinator schemes coming from Detroit and what he's used to more than Trevor Lawrence himself. But we know the kid is talented, and we know he has an arm, and we know he has legs. We've seen that in the preseason games.
What about Ohio State film?
Yeah. I mean, the coaches do a better job of breaking that down and making it easy for us players to digest. But they did take some concepts from all of that and added it to the game plan.
There's been a lot of turnover with this team, but you've been one of the constants here. How does it feel to just be one of those veteran presidents, one of those veteran voices in the locker room?
Yeah, man. The turnover has been interesting. But you know what I mean? I'm always been opportunistic. So for me, I I just want to be the guy that helps guys win. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do. I just want to win football games. I want to help the player next to me and my teammate be the best player that he can be. Anyone wants to talk ball, anyone wants to talk resources, game plan, anything like that, I make it an emphasis to make myself available to do that with them because that's what I care about. You know what I mean? That I want to put the team first, and I want to just be a resource for everyone.
Is that something you learned when your locker was next to Tyrann Matthew?
Yeah, I learned that because I had role models in front of me like Tyrann, like Kareem Jackson, like Jonathan Joseph. When I was a rookie, like I had my iPad, I literally wrote down everything they said about, you know what I mean, techniques, keys, things that'll make me play faster, that, you know what I mean, I didn't know until they told me. And I feel like the best way you can pay forward someone taking the time to teach you when you were young is to pass that forward to the next guy. And that's how this game really evolves and keeps going forward, is one generation passes it down to the next generation, and it just keeps going like that.
All set, guys? All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Say that one more time.
What was your reaction to Bradley being traded?
I was surprised. I was surprised a little bit, but that's the nature of the business. I've been playing long enough to know that things like that happen. So, I mean, it was surprising at first, but you got to keep going, continue on, and we got a season to play.
What have you seen from the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers on film?
It's just preseason. I'm not taking too much from it. They got a good group of guys. They got a good group of receivers. Played against most of them before, so know a little bit about them. But preseason is just preseason, so not taking too much from it.
You've been preparing for this game, regardless too, knowing that you'd have to fill in. I mean, how much preparation do you feel you was ready whenever that moment happened?
I'm always ready. Always staying ready. Like I said, I've been in the league long enough to know, anything can happen, and you got to stay ready. And so it wasn't no different of a year for me, before the trade, after the trade, as far as me handling my business.
You started every game for this team last year. The trade obviously will allow you to put you in a position to maybe do that again this year. What did you kind of take away from last season? You feel like you needed to get better at?
Just getting a full 16 in and staying healthy. Yeah, well, I'm talking about for last year. Yeah, for last year, getting that full 16 in and staying healthy and knowing that I can stay healthy. I've had little injuries in the past that I've been dealing with. But, staying healthy was my biggest concern for last year, did that. And, that's my concern this year, just be available for all 17.
What about what you've seen from Trevor Lawrence? I know that, small sample size
Right.
as far as preseason, but did you go back and look at some of his tape from when he was at Clemson?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's a great player. He was picked number one for a reason. I don't got to speak too much on him. We'll see what his first game's like on Sunday.
Vernon, where do you feel like you've improved specifically with all the experience you've had and played this much football? Where do you feel you're better?
Just mentally just growing up and, just going through stuff that you go through as a player in this league. It's kind of hard to explain, but you go through things and you got to be mentally tough or they can run you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, just understanding how the game works, understanding how the business side of this whole football thing works, and just understanding that you got to just handle your business every day, one day at a time.
When you play corner, you're not by yourself, but sometimes you are. You sometimes help from a safety. What's the mentality like when you're going from a catch or a first down or whatever it might be? How do you kind of handle it all?
Right. I mean, you got to forget about it. You got to just forget about it. I mean, I don't know if there's a technique or a way to forget about it, but you just got to move on. It's a long game. I mean, guys that play corner, we know, but they're gonna catch a ball on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move on. Got to forget about it and try to make the next play.
How does Lovey's system fit you compared to other ones you play?
A lot of zone coverages, a lot of eyes on the QB. Read and react type defenses. Not so much man-to-man where your back's turned and, you know what I'm saying, you can't really see the ball all that much. So, gives everybody a chance to break on the ball, react on the quarterback, get to the ball, cause turnovers. Showed a little bit in the preseason. So, I don't think it's necessarily benefiting just me. It's a whole defensive thing. It's going to help everybody. Everybody's going to be able to read and react and play fast and get to the ball.
So you've seen the preseason, Lovey Smith. Has it changed now going into the game mode as far as regular season is concerned?
Nah, Lovey's the same dude. He's gonna stay the same way the whole time. He was jacked up during preseason, trying to get us ready, get some turnovers. You know what I'm saying, getting guys to the ball, and he's gonna be the same way.
In zone reading quarterback, rookie guy, y'all haven't seen in the pros yet. How deep did you go to try and pick up his tendencies?
Well, it's a lot of unknowns. It's a lot of unknowns. We don't know what they're gonna do necessarily. We got some ideas. What they put on tape for the preseason. But, we don't really know yet. We'll figure it out probably by first quarter, halftime. We'll know what they want to do, and we'll adjust from there. But for now, it's just getting your body ready, keeping your mental ready, making sure that you know what you're doing on your side of the ball. And then, we'll go from there on Sunday, and we'll see what they throw at us.
Vernon, with the pass rush, the emphasis on that, and some of the play in the preseason, I feel like those guys can make your job easier than the way they're
Oh, we got a great group. And if they get to the quarterback and I don't got to cut, shoot, that's good for me. That's how they make my job easy. Get a whole bunch of sacks and fumbles and strip sacks and all that kind of stuff and make me not have to cover, so we don't got to worry about it.
Do you get excited, with the first at the beginning of the season?
Of course. All that nerves, excitement, all that. It all comes out. I mean, not so much right now. But on Sunday, oh, yeah, we're all going to feel it. Everybody in the building is going to feel it. First time not the first time since preseason started, but, fans are back. It's going to be electric. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be loud. So, of course.
Any more? Thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.